Hi, so today I'm going to be making Victoria's sponge cake, so let's just get started. Here I have 175 grams of unsalted butter, 175 grams of self-raising flour, 3 normal, well, medium eggs, a very big pinch of salt, no, it's actually just going to be a normal pinch, and 175 grams of castor sugar. First thing I'm going to do is take my castor sugar and my butter. I'm just going to add in piece by piece so it doesn't all get too, hard to mix. Spilling sugar already, guys. Sugar's going everywhere. Now I'm just going to add in another piece, and then there's one chunk left. It's best if you cut it up. Yeah. If you have to, you can pop the butter into the microwave, but not till it's melted, just for like 5-second intervals, just until it's softened, not melted. I didn't do that in this case because my butter is softened, but you know what I mean. And then last chunk, boing. And it doesn't even matter if the butter is still in clumps. Just as long as you get the butter coated in its sugar. Make sure to know where it is. You might have to add in a dash of milk if it's too dry at the end, but it shouldn't be too dry, hopefully. So we need 3 eggs, you should be all grand. Now I'm going to add in my pinch of salt. Just putting left over on the butter plate. I'm just going to mix that up. This should be kind of in like a pale, kind of fluffy, crystally kind of consistency. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. It looks kind of like bath salts, to be honest, except with a bit of a yellow tinge. But that's just the kind of consistency that you want. Yeah, it's going to get a little bit more wet soon when I add in my eggs. But yeah. In fact, I think I'm going to add in one of my eggs in now, just because this is really hard to kind of mix, and I mean, flour gets added last, so might as well. Just putting all this on there. And this will really help it incorporate better. Now you want the full egg, not just the yolks and not just the white, the full egg. And now it's starting to get really creamy and good, basically. I mean, eggs, butter and sugar, for me, that's like the best taste ever. Now I'm going to add in another egg. Now if your mixture gets really wet by the time you add in 2 eggs, add in your flour and then see if you need the 3rd egg. Because that's happened to me before where I just don't need the 3rd egg. because it'll be so wet from the butter and stuff. Oh, arms are getting tired. This feels really weird holding it with my left arm because I'm right-handed, so. This is in a really yucky consistency. My butter hasn't completely incorporated, so it's kind of like a clumpy, wet mixture. Oh, by the way guys, sorry for the lack of videos, but this is being pre-recorded because I am currently in America when this is live. But basically, I haven't been able to really record stuff as much because I've been packing a lot. So I'm leaving really soon, in less than a week. And normally I'm a bit more packed than this by now. So. And I found out when people don't pack until there's an hour left to go to the airport. But, you know, that's just not my family. Now I'm going to add in a teensy bit of the flour just to really help me incorporate it. So make sure you use a sieve, whatever. Okay. That was literally like a tablespoon maybe. And this is just going to help it mix a bit better. I'm just going to show you the consistency, then I'm going to finish mixing it and I'll be back. So this is just kind of the consistency. Obviously there's still some clumps from the butter in there. But I'm going to finish mixing this and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've just mixed this up together. This is just the eggs, butter and sugar, and it's super watery, which means it's time to add in our flour. So just getting my sieve. You can just rest it over, but I'm just going to hold it. And just pour in a good bit of your flour. Leave a teensy bit. Just because you don't want to add this in all too fast. Because that'll make it really hard to mix. And it's also important you sieve it, because otherwise you're going to have a clump of flour when you eat it, and it's going to make it harder to mix. Trust me guys, mixing isn't easy. Okay, I'm just going to put the last little bit back, just for now. I'm just going to leave that there, and I'm just going to mix that in. And I'm just kind of half folding, half mixing. If that makes sense. So I'm kind of going like this, 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 this. Okay, so this. And this is getting into the perfect consistency. Now I'm just going to kind of quickly mix it. Get stuff off the edges. See guys, look. Okay, there's a few clumps from my butter, but they'll melt in the cooking process. Just as long as they're not all massive clumps in there, you know? So that was the last of my flour there. I'd say I added in about 4/6, and then I added in the last like 6th, because earlier on I also added in like a 6th, just to kind of help me mix it. Woo. Flour's going everywhere. This time I'm not really half folding, I'm just kind of mixing it in general, so a lovely light creamy kind of consistency. Just like that, it's lovely. Like I said again, the clumps don't really matter because they're going to melt down a bit. And they're not too big, to be honest. This is a lovely kind of creamy yellowish consistency. So now I'm just going to add that into my 2 lined cake tins. So these are both, I say, about 15 centimeters long and about 3 inches wide. Yeah, depth. You know what I mean, right? But yeah. So I'm just gonna spoon it in, spoon by spoon, just to make sure it's really even, because if it's not, it's gonna kind of come out like one side is gonna be massive and the other side's not. So, and this is self-raising flour, so it will rise, so don't worry about that being too small. Because everyone knows, if you're watching this video, you quite clearly, or someone in your house or wherever, likes Victoria's sponge cake. And they don't want a little bit, they want a lot, let's face it. So I'm just kind of smoothing this down a bit. Do the same for the other one. There is more batter, I'm just going to smooth this down and smooth out more, and you know, yeah. This is also because obviously each spoon isn't the same size, so you can get kind of a better perspective of it. So this next one's going to be a really big spoon for this one right here, because it seems a bit smaller than the other one, so I'm just going to add in another scoop. And the one for the next one is going to be kind of small, because we really want this even. One side should be slightly bit bigger, because like, that's going to be the top half. But it shouldn't be that much bigger. Now I'm just going to put these in the oven. Okay, so I've cooked the Victoria sponge cake a little bit too much. I cooked it for 25 minutes. I would have gave it about 20 minutes, don't know why. It raised quite a good bit, not as much as I kind of expected, but it did raise quite a lot. So I'm just going to flip this. Hello. So I've made the Victoria sponge cake. There is rips in it from the baking paper ripping off, as you probably saw. But I'm going to work with it. I'm going to put the ripped sides on the inside so no one sees it. So for the filling, what you're going to need is 500 milliliters of cream, whipping cream. You're going to need strawberry jam. This is just to your liking. But yeah, strawberry jam, or raspberry, or whatever. Some icing sugar. And for presentation, I have some strawberries here from my own garden. I grew, very proud of myself there. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to whip up the cream. Guys, don't you love cream? I love cream. So just putting that in there. Sorry if you guys hear my dog. He likes cream as well. I'm going to let him in. Okay, sorry about that. So here's the cream and my hand mixer thing. I'm going to whip it. Okay, so I'm going to stop the video here because this is going to be really loud. I don't want to deafen anyone. So I'm going to whip this, and when I'm back, when it's done, I'm going to pity for you. Okay, so I've whipped the cream. It's now whipped in that kind of consistency, you know, kind of fluffy to the touch. But yeah, you can also buy pre-whipped cream, but now I'm just going to fold in some icing sugar. You probably should sieve this, but mine's already sieved in the bag, so make sure it's nice and light and fluffy. You might have to mix it again with your hand mixer thing. And now I'm going to add in some cream. What was that face? I'm going to add on the cream. Now I'm going to do this first before the jam, just because it tastes good. I don't know. It doesn't really matter is what I'm saying, but that's just what I'm doing here. And you don't want to use any more than maybe half, 3/4. You do need to leave some. Well, you don't have to, because I mean, it's versatile, but I would do that if I were you. Or you could just buy that cream. Up to you. So just spreading this around. By the way guys, sorry if there's a lighting change. I had my dinner after when I started recording again, so sorry if the lighting changed. So now I'm going to add on my jam. Just have a knife here. And it probably would have been easier to add on the jam first, but it's not the way Amsa does it. Or should I say Baking Bunch does it. We do things the hard way. I'm just going to start by adding on a little bit and try not to mix it in with the cream too much. I'm just trying really hard here not to mix it in too much. But yeah, it's kind of hard, because otherwise you're just gonna turn your cream red, which is cool. It's cool, but that's not the kind of thing that I want right now, to be honest. Okay, so that's our jam on there. You can add more, you can add less, it's really up to you. But that's all that I'm adding. And then I'm just going to put this on top, which is going to be really hard to do. So you really want to make sure nothing breaks. That's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. And then I'm just going to take my knife and kind of get all the bits that are just sticking out there. Ta-da. I'm just going to scrape that off the side. This looks so good. It's a little bit burnt. Good thing my dad likes it like that. Poor mom. But yeah, that looks so good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some fresh strawberries and I'm going to cut them in half. Or smaller, it's really just depends on the strawberry. Yes, I'm using the same knife as from the strawberry jam. It's about strawberry, live with it. Both go on the same cake. Once again, just live with it. So I've just cut these in half, and I'm going to put some of them again, just because they're so big. I don't want to have lots of strawberries on it, but my strawberry tree can't produce enough strawberries to cover the whole thing, but I'll live with it. So now I'm just going to take a flat spoon kind of thing of cream, just to hold on the strawberries, hold on to the, yeah, you know it. Just so the strawberries have something to hold on to. So you really don't want to add in too much. So I'm just doing a really small kind of thin layer, just for presentation, and so the strawberries stay on, which is kind of presentation, but you guys know what I mean. Don't judge. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm just going to start in the middle. Ooh. And just add on little strawberry heads. And just see how far I can get. So this is going to look so cute. And I like cute things, so one of the reasons why I have a cute dog. So cute. Guys, comment down below, cats or dogs. I honestly think dogs. Cats, you can either get one that's really good and like is just great, or you can get a really bad one that just doesn't do anything, just doesn't socialize, just, you know, doesn't want to be around people a lot. So I definitely would say dogs, because you can kind of just train them into wanting to love you. Oh god, that makes me sound like an awful person. Just train them into wanting you. No, I swear I'm not like that as a person. I'm just going to add on some cream very carefully, and I'm actually going to get a knife for this because I do not want to make a mess of this. So, once again, guys, it's all going in the same thing. Doesn't matter. Calm down. You know you're freaking out right now. Calm down. I know you're freaking out. You know you're freaking out. I think everyone knows you're freaking out. So I'm just putting this around the border of the strawberries just to make it a bit thicker. And this will also make it look a lot nicer. So like I said before, my strawberry tree can't produce enough strawberries to cover the whole cake. Would have been really nice, but oh well. All's good. So this looks so good, guys. Like, not even lying. Yum, yum, yum. So now I'm just going to take some cream off my knife and get out this bad boy again. Good old cream buddy. And I'm using the back of my spoon just to kind of spread it out a bit on here. And yes, it's going to look really plain, but it's going to taste amazing. You guys know it. You know it. Let's face it. I know everything. How do you think I know how to bake, I can't know everything. No. But I'm baking right now. Ooh! Spilled some cream on the table, but I think I can still use that because I just cleaned my table. It's all good. So I think it's safe. I mean, some of you might be a bit grossed out, but that's a lot of cream to waste. No one here wastes cream. I'm going to start a petition. Don't waste your cream. If you drop something, use it. Okay? I'm sorry if I scared you. I am. I'm just going to flip this around. Sorry if it doesn't look pretty yet, but it will. Now you could drizzle some not ice cream, whipped cream on top of the strawberries, but I'm actually going to sprinkle on some icing sugar because that's going to look so good. I just realized my cake is lopsided. Oops. Okay. Well, now I'm just going to take my knife and I'm just going to smooth it along. Looking pretty good. Now I do need a bit more cream in some places, a lot of places. That's okay, I still have lots of cream. One of the reasons why you need so much, because you're going to need to fix things if you're like me. Let's face it, there's always going to be someone like me who just makes a mess of everything, basically. No offense if you're that person. Yeah. You can also use icing, like pepper icing. I'm not bothered with that though, guys. Some things I just don't bother with. And this is one of them. So I'm just gonna kind of smooth this part down a bit. I'm aware it's a bit patchy. I know. The factors of using cream. You're gonna get patchy parts. So I'm just gonna flip it around, have a look, see what it needs doing. So yeah, I think this is the final result. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment, subscribe, like, and bye!